Hi everyone. So we're going to have a look at some of the specific techniques that you might be asked to analyse as part of the close reading paper. And as you can see here, we're going to start with word choice. Now these are obviously designed for the close reading paper, but the videos on things like word choice and imagery and structure will also be useful for you when analysing literature for your critical essays. So bear that in mind too. But we're going to structure this around the way that you'd be asked about these kind of questions in terms of the close reading papers for either National 5 or higher. So what's word choice then? Word choice is basically the absolute focus here is the word choice. Word choice is about decisions that authors are making to use one word instead of another word that might mean the same thing. And they're doing that because they're looking to produce a particular response from you, get you to think about something in particular. Think of maybe a particular connotation of the word or something like that. So if you're trying to analyze the word choice of an author, whether that's in poetry or in prose or in drama, the kind of the process is always the same. And when you come to writing answers in close reading paper, we'd always be looking for you to do a quotation of the word and then a comment. And we'd be looking for you to focus on connotations. So what's being suggested instead of what the sort of the concrete meaning is. Now I'm going to go into more detail in a specific video for National 5 and for higher about what the kind of question might look like and how you might approach it. But to give you a sort of something to think about for how word choice functions, if you think about this example that's on the screen just now. So if you say someone either died, was killed, or was murdered, the concrete meaning of that, the physical meaning is the same, which is that this person is no longer alive. But the implications of the word died are very different from the implications of the word killed, which are again different from the implications of the word murdered. So if you had a sentence where the author has, for example, chosen to use the word murdered, then you can comment on the fact that the word murdered suggests things that died and even killed don't do. So died just tells you what's actually happened. Someone's no longer alive. Killed tells you that they didn't, for example, die of natural causes, but it could have been an accident. Murdered has connotations of violence, of criminality. So that suggests that somebody has been killed violently and illegally, that someone's to blame, that it's been done on purpose. Okay, so that sort of example there should help you start to think about the way in which we'll approach looking at word choice. It's always a question of looking at a particular word, thinking about what maybe a simpler or maybe even clearer alternative would have been, and then trying to figure out why the chosen word is the one on the page. And the way you'll do that is by thinking about what it says there, connotations. What does this word suggest beyond the simple meaning of the word? So as I say, there's a particular video with an example for National 5 and for higher to go into this in a little bit more detail, and the thought process still applies, as I say, for doing things like critical essays or textual analysis. But that should be a decent introduction to the concept of word choice and the very, very basics of what we'd be looking for you to do when approaching these kind of questions.